Cheryl Burke rips Abby Lee Miller for traumatizing and intimidating students. Abby Lee Miller is only weeks away from reporting to prison for 1 year and 1 day, but her lengthy sentence isn't stopping her enemies from slamming her. Miller's dance mom replacement, Cheryl Burke, ripped her in an interview. In an interview with Steve Harvey, Burke revealed how her teaching approach differs from Miller's harsh style. "I don't scream or yell. I don't believe in that," Burke said in the interview. "Don't get me wrong, I am strict and stern in that I expect the best out of my students, but I do it in a way that's loving and caring. I try not to intimidate them or traumatize the kids." The former Dancing with the Stars pro explained how she could tell students and mothers were negatively affected by Miller's brutal critiques. "They were pretty traumatized by their experience," she said. "I want their last memory of Dance Moms to be a great one and positive experience. I can change their memory a little bit." While Miller slammed production, claiming that they did not give her creative credit for their dances and even calling one producer Satan, Burke explained how her experience with the crew has been very pleasant. "They've all been amazing," she said on the episode, which airs Tuesday, June 6th. At the time of this recording, it would have already aired. "They all work so hard. I've not seen that side of production. They've been nothing but a pleasure to work with." Miller, at 50 years old, quit the series after 7 seasons in March, though it's believed she was fired from the series. "I will no longer take part in Dance Moms," Miller captioned in the Instagram photo of her winning team. "For the past 6 years and 7 seasons, I have asked, begged, even demanded creative credit for all the ideas, award-winning routines, themes, and costuming, to no avail." She added, "I don't have a problem with working with any kid. I love children, and I've dedicated my life to making other people's children successful. I just have a problem with being manipulated, disrespected, and used day in and day out by men who have never taken a dance lesson in their lives and treat women like dirt." In June of 2016, Miller pled guilty to not reporting an international monetary transaction and 1 count of concealing bankruptcy assets. The ALDC owner was sentenced to 1 year and 1 day in prison. The incarceration will be followed by 2 years of supervised release. Chloe is back, Abby is gone. Cheryl's the replacement. Amazing. Many are looking forward to the next season. Many have almost stopped watching Dance Moms because they couldn't stand Abby. Abby Lee may be going to prison, but she's not planning to stop working anytime soon. As a Dance Moms star sat down with E! News days after her prison sentence was announced, one thing was clear about the reality TV veteran: she isn't ready to slow down in the business world. "Someone's already called me to be there to start saying shoot. We're ready with the cameras, ready to go," Abby explained to E! News' Jason Kennedy when discussing a return to TV. "I think I'll be ready to go. If worse comes to worse, I'm a good teacher. I'm good at what I do. I have an eye for detail. I can take a beginner kid that has never danced in their lives and I can teach them something, or I can take a really advanced dancer and I can make them into a professional." The reality star went on to explain that her new dance show will be a scripted project that involves teenagers. "It's kind of where Dance Moms should have left off," she teased. While some think Abby Lee will have no time to work on any business opportunities during her sentence, she is hopeful that projects can continue as planned. In fact, the author hopes to complete her sentence in California so businesses can visit. A woman finds herself locked in a CVS store while trying to buy a birthday card. A woman trying to buy a birthday card called the police when she was accidentally barricaded inside of a Tuddersville CVS store. Lillian Ramel stopped at the CVS about 9:50 on a Friday evening to make a quick purchase, unaware that the store was about to close. As she walked toward the checkout just after 10 p.m., she triggered a motion sensor alarm and found herself barricaded inside. A metal security gate blocked the front entrance as sirens blared. Ramel was worried someone would mistake her for a burglar, so she stood in front of the security camera and dialed the police. They contacted the manager to come and let her out. Ramel says there was no announcement warning in the store saying that it was about to close. CVS stated, "We sincerely apologize for the incident at our Titusville store, and we are reinforcing to correct store closing procedures with all of our stores to prevent this from occurring again." In Shafter, California, one petty thief in Southern California is locked up after trying to dog the police. A Siberian Husky stole bread from a local Dollar General store, and it was all caught on tape. It was a Wednesday night like any other at this Dollar General, until a dog came in and appeared to be really friendly and looking around. Or so we thought. Next thing we know, he grabs a loaf of bread and starts running around with employee Steven. In the security camera footage, you can see the suspect struggles over a loaf of bread with a Dollar General employee. And then doggone it, it was time to call them big guns. Nick Reddick is the Shafter Animal Control Manager, part of the Shafter Police Department, who responded to nail the suspect. In Exhibit A, we can see the evidence was found after the incident occurred in the alleyway behind the Dollar General. Here's how we think it all went down. The hungry husky went for the Wonder Bread, close to the ground, soft to the bite, but then it fled after being caught red-pawed and narrowly escaping. But the next day, they ended up getting greedy, which is why they got caught. Unfortunately, in this case, the culprits were apprehended. The original Bonnie Barker, had an accomplice, and the two returned the next day only to be apprehended. Two beautiful huskies with no IDs or tags were sent to the slammer, or rather the Shafter Animal Shelter. But fear not, they'll be held for the requisite time period, after which point they will be certified, and it'll be good for them to get adopted. They will most likely be They will be held for the requisite time period, after which point we will certify them good for adoption, and they will most likely be put up for adoption. They may be bread-crusted criminals, but they're still man's best friend. Now, here's what I'm going to question. In this picture, it looks like he's grabbing the dog's tail, which I think would have provoked it to turn around and bite him, but apparently it didn't. And next, when he turns sideways, what kind of mask is he wearing? I'm not sure, but I don't think that that's part of their uniforms for a Dollar General. He just looks creepy, in my opinion. That is all for Penguins News Plus today. Join us next time, because you never know what you're going to miss.